welcome to the Oreo Bookclub, your YouTube book club, where we read one book per week and we encourage you to read it with us. Obviously, that's the plan. The way it works, every Wednesday we release a new video talking about the book of the week, and then we announce the next books, and then we release a video, announce, release, announce, release.
And again, we'll do that until we die.
And even after.
Yeah, of
we
course.
We plan on coming back to life.
Damn right.
It's just how we do.
Alright, so as promised, today we're going to talk about The Lies of Locke Lamora. It's a fantasy, middle-aged kind of book. Middle-aged or more Renaissance?
I think... Wow.
Thank you.
I think more middle-aged, but it's kind of like built on the foundation of a civilization that we don't know.
Well, frankly, because I kind of Googled that shit, they said that Venice was like the inspiration behind it. And I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I can see that.
So I kind of saw like... I kind of saw it like, you know, Assassin's Creed, the third one. I kind of saw it that way, in that kind of universe, but with magic also. Because, yeah, there's magic in that book.
Which was surprising.
Which I didn't like.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I didn't feel like it was necessary to have magic.
It was necessary to make the Great King, like, too powerful, right?
I guess.
That was the only thing that was useful for.
So what did you think about the... my god, the characters?
I absolutely did like them.
You did?
I did. I liked the cunning. I liked the confidence that they had in themselves. I liked the relationship between the boys. I thought it was really cute. I liked the like, you bastard, the chant that they were doing at one point.
Yeah.
That was cute.
You feel there's a bond for that.
Yeah.
Truly, like, they did well. However, like, for the characters, like, do you feel like you know them?
No. I know a little bit of Jean because he's fighting and we know that. But the two twins and Bug was a little like feisty, but
yeah, you know, he was a kid. He was like, yeah, I can do this. It's like, okay, Bug.
Yeah, sure.
Which, you know, kind of got him killed, but let's talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The twins couldn't say who was who.
No, they don't even like really describe them.
True. And because, and I mean, spoilers alert if you didn't read it, they died, the twins. And I was more sad of the reaction of the boys than sad because of their death. Yeah. And again, I love to be sad. I mean, make me cry. Like, I want to feel that pain inside. But I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, damn, didn't expect them to die.
Yeah,
like, I really didn't expect that.
We decided to read that book last week because we're like, oh, we want something that will make us cry over characters. We want to feel the love for those characters.
And with 700 pages
you
and
would
more,
expect to
right?
feel something. But yeah, no, the only moment that like got a little tiny like witness in my eyes was when he did like the dead offering.
Oh yeah, that was sweet.
That like warmed my heart, but their actual death was like, oh, okay, that sucks. But I was mad at it. I think I was just too mad to feel something. I was like, you could have created a group that we followed throughout the books, the whole series, and you just killed them first book.
Yeah, he just killed them. And again, we passed so much time with them. At the same time, no, but at the same time, yes, because the book, it's kind of like divided. There's this ongoing con that Locke and his gang are doing, and then there's also like how he got into the flashbacks, how he got into the gang, and how he grew into it. And I feel like, you know, how he grew into it would have been like a good moment to see the bond.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would have loved to see that because it's always nice to see a good cute friendship, you know, of rascals together. I would have loved that, but
it wasn't there.
No, it wasn't there.
Most of the like flashback chapter I found were kind of useless. They could have kind of give the information during the normal chapters, and that would have been fine to me.
It would have been fine.
Would have cut the book in half too.
Because guys, oh my god, so much description.
So much description.
And I have nothing against some good descriptions, but it kind of gets. It's too wordy, you know, like it's too much. You kind of just lose yourself into it. And I was sometimes, you know, when you're just reading and you're just like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I was reading, so you have to go back and start over because you kind of lost yourself into it.
But like at the same time, I have a respect of no bound for the writer of the book
for creating that world.
all the little things that he put in, the little information, the stories interacting with each other.
You could smell the place too.
Yeah,
you could
it
feel
was
it.
so well built. I was impressed by that, but I was like, I know you put so much work and I know you want to tell us every little detail of the world that you create because you're so proud of it, but I don't need to know.
I don't need to know everything.
Who was your favorite character, if you have one?
Okay, it's so weird. Usually I do have a favorite character and I'm very biased. So like whatever that character does, I'll be like, well, you know, sometimes shit happens. You know, but like their mother, I'll be like, well, you know, their mother, well, she was, so, you know, she deserves it. But I think I feel like Nagda, I'm sorry, I'm killing the name. I liked her.
Nagda?
And yeah, I mean, if we saw more of her, I think she could have been a favorite character.
Yeah.
But then, spoiler alert, she dies.
And
so
horribly.
Truly horrible. That urine
like,
stuff.
That was not necessary.
Oh my god. What do you think about Bug's death?
I mean, it was in character because he's, like we say, he's a little feisty.
He was.
I don't think it was necessary, but at the same time, like, the assassin was there to kill everyone, so he would have died anyway. He was like 9 years old, right? But what can you do?
To be honest, I feel like their death was there to serve the character development of Jin. Because Jin, he's arrogant and he's super reckless. I mean, yeah, he thinks ahead, like he's smart. But he thinks kind of like, I'm better than anyone. So I feel like the death of his friends be like, oh hey, you know, like I'm not necessarily better than anyone and I'm not like invincible. And I feel like, you know, in the other books that he'll be less, like he'll think more. He won't be as, well, let's go. Because again, he only has like Jin and that girl we never saw in the book but they keep mentioning.
Okay, so you were thinking of Luck. For the character development of Luck.
Oh yes.
You said Jin.
I said Jen, my bad guys, my bad.
I was like, he's reckless? I was listening and I was being polite. I was like,
what?
talking about?
A vlog.
Until like that moment, I was like, I might read the second and third book because like, I like the dynamic between each other.
Really?
But then they died. I was like,
yeah,
right.
What's the point?
That's the end of it for me.
Are you going to, do you think the books would be a good TV show or movie?
Yes.
TV show or movie or like miniseries?
I think TV show would be best because movie there's a lot of things to put in there.
Sure.
I thought the book was gonna die. I thought the book was gonna finish after they die. I did not expect. I thought the second book was gonna be like the Great King hunt. That was just like one massive introduction.
I think it really was like one massive introduction to whatever adventure he's going to have in the future, and I'm sure there's going to be more magic and maybe his parents were something. I really hope not though. I really hope like they were just ordinary people and. You know, he doesn't have the special blood of blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I was curious after, like, I read it. I went to read some description of the future book. And it's always like, Luck is almost dying. And now Jean is walking away. And I'm like, of course, he's almost dying. Like, that's going to be him for the rest of the series, probably.
Poor Jean. A lot of shit was happening. I was kind of hoping, because it's me, I was kind of hoping for a queer love between him and Jean.
Really?
I mean, I knew it wasn't going to happen. But there was like that one person I knew was like, maybe, you know, like maybe. But it didn't happen. And it's okay. I'm fine with like, there were no like queer baiting or anything like that in the book. So was it just me? I feel like some things were missing. Like, did you see Father Chain's death? Oh my God, speaking of Father Chain, when I was introduced to his character, frankly, I was like, priest. He touched his face. Oh God, we have a pedophile on the place. Like, that was my first thought. And finally, he was kind of like that mentor.
Not fatherly a little bit.
A little bit fatherly. Yeah. Figure who was
like, he was trying to hide it, but he cared for those people.
He did care. I mean, he was treating them like pretty. I mean, frankly, Locke got lucky. Yeah. Like, he really did get lucky. It's like, especially like all the shit that he caused, he got sold. And like, he gets a good master in a way who kind of like trains him to
become like the best of the best.
Damn right. It was basically, and let's face it, he's kind of like leading the gang of the. I thought they were going to be more gentleman bastard than like.
The five of them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would have been too much characters.
Oh no, like we don't have to see everyone, but I thought like he was part of
a big gang, and then like
gentlemen.
the five or like a subgroup of it.
Exactly.
It would have worked, yeah.
Frankly, I would have liked to see that because again, when they were like, "Well, gentleman bastard," and we're just like, "Well, there's only 2 left." So
It still works.
I mean, it still works, but
what do you think of all the schemes that he was running?
they were thought of.
Yeah.
There was. I love the fact one of my notes is they're like, oh, they're so theater kids. It's so intense and
like over
well
the
thought
top,
of. It's
yeah.
so over the top. It's like, why would you be doing that? At first, you know, in the book when they're trying to come down.
Yeah.
And there's someone that presents himself as Don and just like, yeah, he's a thief and...
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's gonna be juicy.
Yeah, but frankly, I thought it was part of their scheme.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought so for a long time.
Oh, I was dumb. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be like a double crossing thing and...
God, like, I mean, I was like, I don't know what's the point of it. Telling them like, hey, by the way, they're fucking liars.
One that like stayed with me was the one with the bank. Well, they don't call it a bank in that book, but it's the bank. And he needed like clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the whole scheme, I was like, what's happening?
What's the
Why
point
is he
of it?
doing that?
And then boom, it happens, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, when he said like, oh, we'll just change clothes, I was like, how did I not see that coming? I don't have the intellect of Locke Lamora, which I know it's fine, but...
For that, frankly, I was happy. You know, sometimes a lot of times they say like, yeah, he's a smart character, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
Like people keep saying it, but it's like, oh, okay. Like I don't see the smartness, but you could feel that Locke was smart, and
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. My favorite moment, it's very like a small moment in the book, but it's when both Locke and the Grey King are in the big gala thing, and they're dressed as somebody else. So they're not supposed to know each other, but they know each other. And the way they talk to each other and like look at each other and kind of like give...
It's kind of like that, I know you know that I know that you know.
I love that. It was so good. I was reading it, I was like, oh, chuckling along.
Would you read like the second, third, like if let's say, you know, they were still alive, the gang, would you read the...
Yes.
You would?
If they were still alive, I would have read it. Because I like big group of friends that just kind of keep going and on adventure together and learn.
Guys, speaking of group of friends, okay, so one day we started this, you know that online gaming app that's called Choices, where you kind of live like adventures?
Yes.
And there was this one that she started, where basically she was like a teenager going to college.
Yeah, going to college.
And then we met that group of friends who's like the most beautiful, perfect group of friends who are just like, we love each other and we support each other. And frankly, she fell in love with them.
Who's talking? I told her about it. She fucking went down again in like the second she started playing. She was like, I will die for them, Ida. I swear to you.
Guys, we got so into Choices. Like it's not even like, oh, we got into it. Like we had a girlfriend, the same girl, Kate.
Oh, we were texting each other like, did you see what she fucking did?
Like oh my
after
god,
all the sacrifices we did for her.
We've been together for a whole year. She almost cheated on me with Samantha.
Samantha, don't even talk about me.
Oh god. So yeah, we love big group of friends.
Yeah, we do. We really do. So yeah, I would have read the second, third if it kept on going. But the moment I realized that the moment they kill my like characters that I like, or the thing that I like in the book, I'm like, alright, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Alright, so what rating do you give it?
Okay. But like, I really like...
Just say it, babe.
It was good while it lasted.
Same. It was good while it lasted.
But I feel bad, because I really like the characters, and I really like how they I think it was very smart. The world building is fantastic. Wow, too much description though. But they killed my people. And I'm very vengeful.
For me, it's not my top. I feel like fantasy is dead for me. I used to love fantasy so much. Like, I don't know if you guys, you know the book, The Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkin. I love that shit. I was 12-year-old and was just like reading it up.
She forced me to read it.
I
didn't like it.
But frankly, I loved love them so much, but I don't know if I could read them all over again today. I don't know if I have the patience to do so.
And the passion too.
So yeah, I don't think I have that patience anymore, but I'm happy that I read it.
It was good. I'm glad we read it, but it was good while last. Now we move on to something else.
All right, so what are we moving on for next week?
We decided, you know what, we're missing a little bit of poesy in life.
Damn right we are.
Don't we all? So we decided to read On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous, which is the story of a man that writes a letter to his mom, a letter that he knows she will never read because she doesn't know how.
That's a good excuse.
It is. But it's supposedly very poetic and very beautiful, so we'll see how it goes, I guess.
And we'll talk to you about it. So
of course.
See you next week, my love.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.